Hi everyone, welcome to another How's Coin Finds video that I'll show you right now. There you go people, I've just gone in the bank and I've got $200 worth of coins. Now I've got a heap of 5 cents and 10 cents, only $40 of each of them, and $20 of 50s and 80 of $1. I didn't take a bag. How's lesson number 1 that I did a video on? Make sure you take a bag. These are in my pocket and I've just had to carry my pockets, put my hand in and carry them, because you gotta take a bag when out of nowhere you decide to get a heap of coins that you don't normally get. And well, my pocket's lucky I wore a jacket, because I'll tell you, these weighed about 4 or 5 kilos, I reckon. And so, lesson number 1, take a bag when you go and get your coins. Alright, we'll get home now and I'll check through all of these. You can see what happens when spur of the moment grab of coins and you don't have a bag. And you saw me put all them into the car. They were in my pockets, they were weighing everything down big time. And the total weight for everything in here is 6.90 grams. So 7 kilos, we'll call it that. Just a 10 cent and a 50 cent short of 7 kilos in there. And yeah, take a bag all the time, have one, just a plastic one or something to carry them. So I'll get these out of here and I'll show you what I've got. Oh, you can more or less see what I've got there. I was just pointing that one out. Let's have a look at this one too, these 5 cent pieces. Okay, so I just quickly checked those 5 cent pieces, and these two here, I've actually just had a scan over the top of all of these coins, looking for 2021, 2022s, uncirculated. There's a 2021 10 cents here, but the other end is an older coin, 2014 or some 2013 I think it is, something like that. So I wouldn't say that that's got all uncirculated in it. Might have a couple of nice coins, but they'll be circulated. These two, totally different. These are the ones where I say to you, 2021, that end, uncirculated. Double-headed, 2021, that end uncirculated. 99.9% that is going to be all uncirculated 2021 5 cent pieces. And this one has a 2021 head, that side, you can see uncirculated. And this side, uncirculated tail. And so I'll say those two will be 2021 uncirculated 5 cent pieces, 80 of them. And I'll bet you only get about 6 coins, 8 coins out of that are even worth keeping. So what I've got here is $200 worth of coins. So like I said, 7 kilos, but a lot of coins. There's 1,120 coins in total that I'll check every one of them for errors, and of course varieties. The low mints stand out, so you can pick them out. It's looking for the errors and the varieties, the time consuming and where your eyes have to get in there. So I've got $80 of $1 coins. I've got $20 of 50 cent pieces, 2 rolls there. So 4 rolls of 1s, 2 rolls of 50s. I've got $40 of 20 cent pieces, just here, these ones. And I got $40 of 10 cent pieces, tall ones, and $20 of 5 cent pieces. So there's 400 5 cent pieces to check, 400 10 cent pieces, 200 20 cent pieces, 40 50 cent pieces, and 80 $1 coins to check. Goes through these and I'll show you all the coins I find in the 10 cent, 5 cent and the 20 cents. Well, I've got the 50s and the dollars, but there's a lot of people collect 5 cent, 10 cent, 20s, and I feel they're missing out a bit on these noodles. with just the high ones being checked all the time. I know all these coins, I know heaps of stuff in them, lots for you to learn. I've already shown them last year. When I find them, I'll tell you about them. Doesn't matter how many times I find them, I will explain them and show you close-ups too. So I don't know how long this is going to go for, but that's the way it is when I'm telling you a coin, so could be long. Anyhow, if it is, grab a coffee or a pillow, like I say, and sit back and I'll teach you what I can. Now, due to the amount of coins I've got to check here, I'm going to fast forward right through, well, basically everything, because otherwise it'll go for hours, I swear, especially with me talking. So I'm going to zap through, I'll show you open them and I'll zap through. I mean, it's the best way. You'll see the coins. If you want to see any, just stop and pause and just go through if you want to see them as I turn them over. But I'll go through all these as quick as I can and then talk about them as quick as I can, because I'm not a real rush, but you know me, I'll be waffling. Okay, out of those 50-cent pieces, look, if anything, these two 2018, they're a low mint at 4.3 million. They're a nice coin. The 2018 still look nice after that 4 years now. There was a 2021 in there. I didn't keep it out. I threw it in there, 1.44 million, you know, low mint, about sixth lowest or something like that. But, you know, the 2018s, they look nice. So, yeah, that was it. So nothing really, unless you need them. And that 2021 that was in there. If you saw that 2001 Federation, 43 million on them. On this side, it looks really good. It's from my side of things anyway, it looks really good. But what they've done, you can see here, they've got the oxy welder on there, and they've just heated it up. Really, this thing would have been glowing. And they only done it on that side, and on this side it coloured up. It's like a bronzy colour. It's really weird. Now, I'm not keeping it, but I just thought I'd show you that somebody vandalised that 2001, and there's no trail lines on these. It's pretty hard to find them. They're scarce rare, but no error on that. And the only other one was this 1983, and I've got some videos showing the double bar errors that are found on the 1966. Well, the 83 gets them as well, behind the emu's head, just here. This has got the slightest markings of them. On there it looks like round speed humps, but it's just got the start of them. But just to let you know that 83s get that double bar the same as the 66. Now they're errors, so 66, 83, 93, 97s, 2004s, that they're errors. The 79 and 80 are varieties. They were in there on purpose, accidentally on purpose, but they were put in there by the maker. That did the dies, and they're different. Those double bars, they're varieties. These ones are errors because there was a problem with the die in that area. Got some humps there. Something was wrong with it anyway, but they're completely different to the 79 and 80 double bar variety. These are errors. There was a problem with the die. So I'll look at the $1 there now. Okay, so just quickly, you got the 2019 Great Australian Coin Hunt number 1, A for Australia Post. There was 26 of them. 14,500 had the privy mark of an envelope next to that A. They're the ones that the special coins, a couple of $100 for them, 300 I think or more. 491,000 in total, each coin, 145,000 tubes. Of the tubes, 1 in 10 tubes had the privy mark on the A, plus they released 2,000 in P&C, so 16,500 of the special letter privy mark on the A to find. very low mintage. And then the same for last year with the colour coin, and this year with the colour coin. They'll be the same for sure. So only 14,500 out there in circulation. So people can spend them if they want to. Expensive though, if they did. Then we got the 2020 donation dollar, 12.5 million. First colour $1 coin that we had. Won the award for being the first donation dollar in the world that was actually made, so people can just donate it as soon as they have one and find a donation box and put it in. 12.5 million, 25 million they were going to make over 3 years. They didn't produce any in 2021, so I gave the other 12.5 million are going to be this year. We'll have to wait and see. Very nice coin though, and won a few designs on that and a few other awards for that. Then we had 6 of the Great Australian Coin Hunt number 3. That was number 1. Number 3, be the same vintages probably. So E for Echidna, F for Farmer, G for Great Ocean Road. I, wherever it is on there, it doesn't exist, just on its name, which is into that field there. The Arugundangi, jellyfish. Then we got the J for the Jolly Jumbuck, the ram there, and M for the magpie. Anyway, I'll look at the 20-cent pieces now. Okay, check that $40 of 20-cent pieces, which was 200 coins, and I've got 10 there. So we'll start off with the 1971, really nice condition too. It's a little worn there, but sometimes you get coins that are worn, but they're still quite nice. Like the whole rim is rounded, so all the reading's gone, but it's still high, hasn't been knocked. And that's the lowest mint under the 1985. So the one you're looking for under 85 is the 71 at 9 million. So I'll be keeping that one. It's very nice. Next one was a 2001 Federation, Australian Capital Territory, ACT. There was 9 states and territories, and that one is, as I said, the Australian capital, ACT, Canberra. Very nice. Then next one, 2016 changeover. These are the ACT, they're 2 million. Only the Queensland and South Australia are higher at 2.3 million. But basically all the others are about 2 million. So 2 million on that one, very nice. Then 4.5 million on this one, beautiful condition, changeover, 2016. The only coins we have with the commemorative on the obverse, all the rest are on the reverse side. So that's pretty good, and it's in really nice condition too, that. So I keep them. It's got the old sixpence that's shown on there is the changeover from pre-decimal to decimal in 1966. So 50 years of that. Very nice coin. Then 2022, no mintage figures. Very nice. I'll keep them until, well, you know, I'll keep a dozen of them, best ones, until we know the mintage figure. Then 2 1981 3.5 claw Canadian minted 20-cent pieces. They're the varieties. I won't go on too long with them today. These ones here, minted in Canada, they have a privy mark, which is the very first claw on the platypus here is in half, and that's a privy mark. That's there on purpose. And if you look on the obverse side, you'll see a flat field compared to the Canberra and the Welsh, which had higher pressures and they're concaved. And this is flat fields with curve-based letters, or fish-tailed or scalloped letters. That's how you identify it. If it's got scalloped letters, doesn't matter anything else on the coin. If you turn it over, have a half claw on that first one there, and that's the privy mark. And technically the scalloped letters that are on this is also a privy mark, because out of the 3 mints that year, it's the only one that have got curve based letters, and it's the only one with the half claw. There's the Canberra and the Welsh. They had concave planchets because they used high pressure, and their letters were flat based, no curve at all. And when you turn it over, any claws filled is die fill, and that's an error. These coins are a variety. So very nice, 50 million minted in Canada. How many half claw? I don't know, but I'm going all 50 million. I've never had a curve based letter without a half claw, ever, in 20 odd years. So I'd say every Canadian minted 20-cent piece for 81 has a half claw because it's a privy mark, and it should. Then after that, I've got a 2007, and that's a broad 7, different 0 and different 2 variety. The standard 7 is a thin leg 7. The O's are actually circular when you look at them, and the 2, the serif at the end, that's the tail, it goes up into a square. This broad leg 7 is broad. The O's are elliptical in the centre, look like duck eggs. And the 2 has a short tail, and it's rounded at the end like the end of this finger here. And so duck tail looks like, duck eggs, broad leg on the 7. That's a variety. All of these that I'm talking about, I've got them in videos, which I'll put in the description. There's 3 videos with 11 varieties on one, 7 on another, and 4 on another. Put them all together, you've got about 20 coins, 3 videos with 27 varieties in there to look at. And you can see them all within 20 minutes and learn heaps. And so I have the 1981 3.5 claw Canadian in there. I've got this one, the 2007 broad 7. I'll show you with the thin to show you the differences. And this one, the differences with the Canberra and the Welsh. And then this one, lastly, is a 2008, and that is also a die variety. And it's on the reverse side. And on this side, between the platypus head and the wave there, the tip of it, there's a gap. And that's a wave gap 2008. The only other coin that had a gap at that wave was the 1966 20-cent piece that was also minted at Canberra. This was minted at Canberra. So that's a Canberra privy mark. Just like this 3.5 claw, the half claw, that gap wave there, is a Canberra privy mark. That's what they've used twice now. So that's pretty scarce. Don't find too many of them. And again, that one is in the videos. So have a look at the videos, because I've got so many coins here I can't do all the close-ups, okay? So if you have a look at them, you'll learn heaps anyway, real good. But I've told you what they are. Half claw Canadian minted, 2007 broad leg 7 with the different O's, the 2008 with the gap at the head of the platypus to the wave there. Only a tiny gap, probably 1/2 mil. Very noticeable under magnifying glass. I picked it up while I was going through the coins then, just with the make sure you got your lights in the right place, and picks it all up. Okay, so that's pretty good. The mintage on them was 43 million, the 2007, the 2008 was 26 million, and they were 50 million. Nothing yet, 4.5 million, 2 million, and 9 million. I'll check the 10 cents next. There's so many of these 10-cent pieces, 400 of them. I'll show you opening them up fast forward, and I'm going to search through them and just show you the results at the end, because I can't show you me checking every one of them. This is going to take a long time for me to check all of these. So this was the one with the Nice new coin at the end. And yeah, it's a 2021. 1.25 million. It makes them the lowest of the 10-cent pieces that we have. I finished checking that 400 coins there, $40 worth of 10s, and I've got a few. Those two there were the 1999 that right in the last roll had those two massive tail cuds in them. So a die chip in the die. When there's a chip, it leaves a obtuse, which is raised object, and that's two massive cuds there. Okay, so I'll quickly go through what we got out of that. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and there's 2 under there, but they're just for examples. So 10 coins that we ended up keeping out of 400. 1997, 5.6 mil. That's 6th lowest of our 10-cent pieces, and a really good score. They're very hard to find, very scarce now, and that's, well, in that condition, very scarce. That's lovely. So very nice pickup that. Next one, 2011. That's the second lowest at 1.8 million. Nearly missed it. It's a bit grubby. Normally they're pretty shiny, so I don't know where that one's been. Then we got 2018, 3.1 million. Very nice. That's equal fourth with the 1991. Which is also 3.1 million. And then we got the 2021, which is the lowest minted at 1.25 million. We'll see what the end figures are for them. They might go up a bit, but it could stay where they are. I don't know. We won't know till the annual report. So some very nice low minted coins in there. Too bad that's a bit grubby, but I've only got a couple of them. Very nice. And then these ones here are varieties. That's the 1999 large head variety. The legend is right up on that inner rim. You can see it quite clearly. The one underneath is the standard 99, and that's about 0.2, 0.3 away from the inner rim. But when they're together, you can't see them, but you can mistake this standard 1999 as a large head. The lettering has to be right up, nearly touching it. So always keep the standard one for a comparison. You really need it on the 1999. 179 million minted on those. But the large head, you will find one to every 15 to 30 coins. They're really hard to find. That's just real lucky. You can see here one for 400 coins, and there was about 13 or 14 or more of these standard 1999. So you could say 15 of them to every one of these, but it's probably more than that. So they're not easy to come by. 2001 large head, the IRB underneath, the initials are all spaced. On this, they're all spaced. On this one, the I is spaced and the RB is joined. And they are joined. The R and the B has a flat bar connection on it. There's a space, a good space between the I and the R. So you can pick them up, just check them. The IRB, when they're all spaced, you see it straight away. I've got videos on that one and that one together. I'll put them in the description as well. They're in those variety videos I mentioned before, and you can see them up close and how to identify them. Then the next one is a 1999. I don't know if I said the mintage on the 2001, that was 109 million on the 2001 coins, and 179 on the 1999. But the large head, I don't know, you might find one for every 5 or 6. You do find these, but the large head 99, no, very, very hard to find. So the next one is a 1999. I just pulled it out because it's been struck off centre. And you know, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I reckon that's probably the first 1999 I've pulled out that I, you know, by eye I can actually see that, you know, it's a decent looking error, not just slightly. Well, you know, it is slight maybe to your eye, but that's a bit better than the slight that they get on most of the coins that get passed off for an off-centre strike. But that definitely is very thin up there, nice wide here. So yeah, that's a nice little off-centre strike, that. Okay, so this 1999 that's off-centre strike is actually a tilted partial collar error. You'll see the reading is on the top there, but not down the bottom. The bottom part of it is wider, a bigger diameter than the top. So you can picture that this dropped in. It didn't go all the way into the collar, it sat on the top of it and it struck it. Now it did it on a bit of an angle because it didn't put the reed in all the way around. If it's a partial collar error, then the reed in will be all the way around on the bottom and blank on the top. But when it's tilted, it's hopscotch. But it just means the coin didn't sit into the collar. It was too big. It mightn't have gone through the reducer that creates this outer rim properly. It could be bigger. So the blank could have been bigger, or it didn't go through the reducer properly, and it didn't sit into the collar properly. It got hit outside on top of the collar. And so you got the reading at the bottom where it went into the collar, but the top's got nothing. Well, it's hopscotch because it was tilted. Beautiful. That's a scarce find. Very nice. 1972, key date, 10-cent piece. Very hard to find. 12.5 million, but you don't find many at all. And it's got a lamination error right through here. I've never had one. I don't have any 10-cent pieces with lamination errors. You find them on the 20-cent, 50-cent, $1, $2, yes. Not easy to come by, I don't find them every day. But 10 cents is, that's rare. You don't get them. And to be on the 72, which is a key date, that's extremely scarce, rare, for sure. That's lovely, right through. So lamination error, when they mix the metals, there's foreign objects got in there, sand, dirt, whatever it is. Over time, just like anything else, it deteriorates. When it deteriorates, it creates fresh air. The metal literally cannot stick to anything. And so it splits. And that's what you get, lamination error. And if it's really bad, eventually that will split in half. So just foreign junk and muck that's mixed in with the metals. Mostly be dust and stones and stuff that can disintegrate and disappear. Okay, so that's the 1972, and you can see on the left down here is the lamination flaw. And it's actually got streaks all the way through that over the years this would split all over. But that's from impurities in the metal, and they break down, disappear, and the metal starts to peel. Yeah, so metal peel or lamination flaw. You can see the streaks all down the whole coin going vertically. And then the last two 1999, these are the standard head with whopping great big tail cuts right there and there. So chip die, like I said, and it caused obtuse, which is raised objects, onto that tail. And nice long straight ones, not the normal big eggs that you can get and the small round ones, but and both the same too. You never find these hardly like that. They're always big round, and yet two the same in the last roll. It's amazing what you can find. Anyway, it's a lottery, like I said. So very good. Those cuds, the main ones that I found them on is the 1999, the 2000, the 2001, 2008, 2016s, 2010 and 2017s. All of them you can find with those cards and possibly other ones that I've missed. So they're really good for a collection, and you can get all different sorts, and you can get them all the way up the tail, you can get them broken and split, you can get them all over the 1, all over the top of the 0 here. Yeah, good one to look for. Anyway, we'll check the 5 cents now. Alright, the 5 cent pieces, I'm going to go through there. I'm not going to show them open or nothing. I'm just going to go through and check them all and give you the results at the end, because this video is going to be extremely long, I can just already know. But what I will do is these two that I said, that going on what I know, this head to head is going to be all uncirculated 2021s, because of that being uncirculated there, and last year's or this year's coins, 99% of the time they're going to be uncirculated. And the head, tail, same, all uncirculated. They're not in sanctioned rolls, so it's a bit hard to guarantee them if you was to sell them to anybody. Really hard, like those Aboriginal flag ones I had, they just come out of the teller machine, so you know, really hard. But I know they will be, so we'll do the hardest chanced one, which is the head and head, and we'll see if I'm correct in these being all low mint. They're third lowest if they are, at 4.5 million, and they all look pretty well uncirculated. Oh, I'm not showing it, sorry. And they look pretty well uncirculated to me. There's a couple there. Yeah, they're all 21s. All of them. All brand new, uncirculated 2021s. Third lowest, 4.5 mil. So look at that. And that was a head to head, and it always turns out like that. If it's the year you're in or the year before, those two, you know, and you've got a head head or head tail and they're uncirculated, they're going to be head tail, they're going to be uncirculated right through, guaranteed. Well, that one was, and that was the harder one because it's a head head, but I'm sure not. Yep, none of what, they're all uncirculated. 2021s. So that's 80 there. 2021. Yep, beautiful. Look at that. It's got a couple of marks on it there. So 80 uncirculated 2021s. That's pretty good. So anyway, again, just to prove a point that you can keep them for yourself, but trying to convince anybody that that's how it's going to turn out every time is the hardest thing. The sanctioned ones that you buy, yeah, but these are pretty hard. You could be wrong, but very little chance. Okay, and the other ones I'm just going to zap through now, check them, let you know the results, and I'll go through these and see if there's any errors in here and any, well, gradable stuff. Okay, after checking that $20 of 5 cent pieces, I've got 13 coins there. So jump straight in. This 1988 here and this 1988 here have the broad font and date, very thick. This one is the thin, or probably what I would call standard on all the coins. So that's a standard font, and that's really thick. All around Elizabeth, that's a bit ratty. So 2 of them, so that's a variety. I've got a couple of pairs of them, and I'm still not sure which one is the harder to find. just yet, so look out for the 1988s, and you want your broad thick lettering and date compared to the thin. I can't see any difference with the design, just the font, and there's no difference on the back with the echidna either. So they're the same. So it's just that font, but they're quite noticeable. It's very thick. Easy way, if you can't tell just by looking at it, is the top of the T bar, is twice as thick as the T on the T bar on that one. Easy. So look out for them. 107 million they made of that year. So who knows how many's which one. I'll have to get quite a few more yet before I can tell you. Then out of those 80 2021 uncirculated coins, 2, that's it. All the others I put back in. They're the closest I can find to being, you know, what you would class as choice gem quality. There might be 1, 2 tiny marks, that's it. They're the best of the best. They're really top quality. So happy with those 2 out of all of them. And then really good score, 1972. 9 million, key date. Everybody wants a 72. And it happens to be the standard high setting echidna. These have 2 echidnas. There's a variety, so this one sits high. It's really up higher here, and there's a big space between the bottom of the 5 to the rim, or the SD to the rim, the initials there. And the other echidna is lower. It sits down here, and the SD is right near the rim, and the bottom of the 5 is closer. The whole lot's closer down. They're not a small and large echidna like you find on the 85s and the 86s. They're actually just been positioned differently when they made the dies. So one die, somebody cut the echidna up higher, and the next die they made, it was cut down lower. So the echidnas are the same, they're just in different positions. The lower one is the scarce one. So that's beautiful. Didn't expect that. You don't find 72s too often at all. Good money too, that. It's at least $5 to $7 worth. If you get the lower one, they're about $15. So good money for a 5-cent piece. Better than a lot of $1 and 2s, the whole lot. All of them, 50 cents and 20s and 10s. There's 72 5-cent. And then these 3, really good examples too here. But that's a 2019, a 2008 and a 2008. All 3 having similar condition of an inner rim. 3 full 60 inside that rim, 3 full 60 inside there, and this one. These 2 happen to have a full 360 on the reverse side too, and this is a real beaut. Full in the rim, and it's not a mule. It's all they are. From everything I can decipher, these things happen with a tilted die. When the die is tilted and the mint has maxed the machine up to work as fast as it can with a really high pressure, it basically, when the die is tilted, it just bangs it so quick, it just doesn't get time to flatten out. And what happens, especially on the 2019, really good example, because it's on an angle, a vertical tilted die, the metal runs out, and because it's so quick, the Tasami wave of metal, it doesn't make it to the rim edge. It doesn't get in the gutter on the die. It stops short. And you get a double rim. So a tilted die, extremely fast working dies, put to the max, and hard pressure, and it's just banging them out so fast. It just literally just touches them and mints them, and the die just doesn't get chance, or to straighten of course, but the metal just doesn't get chance to run out into those rims on that hill angle that it's on because of the die. And you get a double rim. And they look like they're a mule, but they're not, because we don't produce anything that small. Even our discrepancies don't fit. If that was the case, but it can't be. We just don't have them. They're tilted dies every time, fast speeds and high pressures. So look out for them. 2019, 2008, that's the ones I found them on, with the 5-cent pieces. The 2019s look spectacular because for whatever reason they get a really nice cartwheel when this happens. The shine and the angle on them changes. Beautiful coin. That's only on the one side. I have had them on both sides. These two are on both sides, but you can have them on one side or the other side. You can have an obverse, reverse side, both together, full 360 and partials, the same as this. Depends on the tilt of the die. So very nice. Look for them. Beautiful there. That's a 2008. It's got the double rim. And on the reverse side. And good. That's the 2019. You can see the lovely double inner rim there, all the way around 360. Beautiful. I'd say it's tilted, the die, from under the Queen's neck and was tilted upwards towards the top of the crown, the A. And that's what causes these tilted dies. Really fast working machine, flat out max. Very nice. And the last ones of all the coins, really nice pickups. 1991, 1992, two 1993s. I didn't get the 1994. There's a set of 4 of these, and you can get them all with the large SD. The 94 is probably pretty hard to get, gotta say. So the SD on these standard is a standard SD. These ones are bigger. They're elongated up. The S goes over in such a fashion, that's all I say, it looks like a cobra snake. That's the easiest way I can describe the shape of it, is a cobra. And it's about a third in height than the standard SD. So you can get a full set of them, 91, 92, 93 and 1994s. And I've got 3 of them there. So that was a really good score too. Okay, so this is the large SD variety coin. So that SD there is extra large and like a cobra snake going up. Yeah, so you can have a lot of fun with 5 cents. There was ones I didn't find in it, any 1987s, to look for the small and large echidna in the 1987s. And the smaller echidna is the rarer of the ones out of them. Really rare in actual fact. Then you got the 1984s. They've got small and large echidna as well. There's only one 84 in there. It was the large echidna. I'm yet to find a small echidna 84, but they do exist. The 2001 large heads, they were in there. I didn't look on them because I've got to get the magnifying glass onto the IRB at the bottom, which is here. But the 2001s, just look for the all-spaced IRB, and that's the large head. Same as on the 10 cent, same as on the 20, same as on the $1, same as on the $2. Any of them with all-spaced IRB are all large head varieties. So I didn't look for them. They're really hard on the eyes. So that's just a few others that there are to look for in there. So anyway, that was pretty good. That took me a lot longer than what this video's gone for. I can assure you it's nearly 2 days to do this. So all up, I had 45 coins that I kept and showed you for a total of $12.75 and a total weight of 6.980 kilograms. Real heavy, take a bag. Anyhow, hope you learnt something there today that you didn't know, and thanks for watching. So until my next video, please comment, subscribe, like, share, watch them all. Until then, bye bye.